Now I searched all my images and I have thousands of them looking for a picture of a boy fishing that was suitable for applique. And to be quite honest with you, I didn't find any. I looked through all my old PDFs from the Antique Pattern org, and the ones in there were totally unsuitable. I'd gone through all my clip arts, all my photographs, and they're far too busy. This one was about one of the simplest, but even this one creates problems. Do we applique the end of the pier, underwater, the flesh, the hat, the shirt, the pants? It would be foolish to try and applique the rod. Or do we just give him a suit of clothing that we put on after we do the face, the bit of the chest, the arms and the legs, and we do those with a fill, and a loose fill for the water and fills for the pier. And then how much of this do we split up? So I thought I would approach this giving him an applique hat, although it's quite an awkward shape, and play it by ear for the rest of it. I want to move this image across. Does mean the fishing rod is going to be very close to one of the edges, and I'm doing this in the small hoop, 126 by 110. I think that's more than adequate. Start back here, come down inside the body area, across to here, get on there and enter that. And now I'm going to change the colour, and we'll turn that into a kind of biscuity colour. And then I'm going to go into gradient, a gradient fill, a maximum spacing of 2, a minimum spacing of 0.8. Underlay, none. Parallel fill, let me just take a quick look at the illustration. Maybe 2. OK. And hide the image for a minute to see where the gradient is strongest. That's fine. Strongest at the front, weakest at the back. We're only implying that there's a pier behind him. So we bring the hoop back in, or rather the image back in. Oh, and I want to move that bit. And before I go any further, tell that lock. Highlight the thumbnail and move my ending point and put it down there. Tell that a stop. OK, no nasty whippies, no nothing. Now I want to put in a little bit of the edge of the pier around here. I'm going to choose that weave tool and go for a sort of deadish brown. Drop that down to there, fill that up and slacken that off because it's 0.4 and I don't need a 0.4. Click off, get my run line tool, just run a run line straight across because it will be covered by fabric. Pick up the turning angle tool again, take that up to that corner. Oh, get in there. I'm actually talking to my thumb. It won't behave itself. I brought that too high on that start. Enter that. Slacken that off. I don't want it too full. Tell that enter. And then underneath, I didn't click off, did I? Still the same colour brown. Raise it up just a little bit. And alter the angle of that and the degree of the density of the fill. Okay. Another run line, and just travel that straight across the feet, end it there, go and pick up my fill tool, up as far as here, over, down. I'm going to move that, no, I'm not going to leave that as it is. I was going to move the end, that bit there, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it. Slacken that off. Doesn't have to be rigid tight. The main focus of this design will be the buoy. Okay, now I need another colour for the pier going down into the water. So what colour can we make that? We'll make that cocoa brown. And bring the pier in a bit. And bring it up to there. Slacken that off. And alter the stitch direction. There we go. And I need to move that up to the top there. Tell that stop. I don't normally like moving my endpoints like that because it alters the way the fill feels. But if I want this design to be passed, I have to make a couple of little sacrifices. Enter that. I'm having a dreadful problem taming my hand today. A little bit of the wave, up to the top, take it slightly above where I want it, and bring it down around. And go and change the fill angle. Oh, before I do that, I'm going to put that there. Tell that stop. And now go and pick up my turning angle tool. No, actually I'm not going to use the turning angle tool. I'm going to use the fill tool again. And wear away the end of the jetty at the far end. I only want to imply that it's there. I'm going to loosen that off. Tell that okay. And just leave that angle as is. And now I'm going to put the water in. So, same tool, different colour. Oops, I put a right where I should have put a left. Okay. I'm going to up that now to, no, I'm going to do this gradient fill. And I'm going to go for that one. Maximum. Come on, don't play me around. Maximum 1.5. Okay. And I don't want any underlay. And I want the angle to be at 0. 179, 180. 0. Okay. And tell that stop. And now let's drop away the image. Right, the heaviest bit is at the bottom, that's fine. I want to put another colour in there now. And I'll make the next colour the dark turquoise. It does help if I've got a tool. Get in there. Come into here and set that for 2mm. 2. Travel on edge. Thank you. No underlay. Okay. And an angle of 0. Until that okay. And just drop away the image. Okay, so we've got our pier, we've got our water. So the next step will be putting the flesh in. So I'll do that in the next video.